Hi guys, I know fat loss can be hard and confusing. There's an entire industry dedicated to this process. People telling you to do different things. Don't eat carbs, don't eat after 8 p.m., eat small frequent meals. It can get very confusing. But there's really only 3 essentials you need to focus on, and I want to detail them here today. And the first essential is protein intake. So normally protein helps us build muscle, but when we're trying to lose fat, protein is going to help us keep us full, but also spare the muscle that we already do have, which is going to be even more important. So for most of my clients, what I encourage you to do is track your protein intake so you know exactly how much you're taking in and how much you need. So if you are tracking, anywhere between 1.5 to 2.5 grams per kilogram of your body weight is a good place to start. So if you track and you find that you're on the lower end, just increase it a little bit, but try to stay within that range. If tracking is daunting and you've never done it before, just aiming between 20 to 40 grams of protein per meal is a good place to start. Good sources of protein include lean meat, eggs, dairy like cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, cheese, that type of stuff, and pulses and lentils as well. So increase your protein intake. That's the number one thing you need to focus on when you're trying to lose fat. Now, the second thing you need to be doing when you're trying to lose fat is controlling for calories. You need to be in a calorie deficit, and that means you're taking in less calories than you're burning, and that's the only way to actually get rid of fat tissue. There's no getting around it. Now, to eat in a calorie deficit, the easiest way to do this is to track as well, and aiming for around 10% less calories than you need coming from your diet. So a good, easy, rough number for that is around 25 kcals per kilogram of body weight. So for an 80 kilogram individual, that's around 2,000 calories. Now, within those calories, the easiest way to control for that and to make eating like this easier is to increase the volume of your food. So eating more vegetables, drinking more water will keep you full and hydrated, so that like eating at this level of calories is easier for you to maintain. But additionally, don't be restrictive. If you start taking away foods that you like to eat, it's going to backfire on you. As soon as you take something away, you're more likely to want it. So include some foods that aren't necessarily non-diet foods, work them into your calorie control, and you're going to be much more successful over the long term. And the last essential is going to be resistance training. So we already talked about the importance of controlling for calories, but when it comes to your exercise, you don't actually want to use your exercise just to burn calories. What you want to be doing is resistance training so that you can build muscle, or at least give your muscle an excuse to stick around, which is tough to do when you're in a calorie deficit. So ideally, you're doing some resistance training in a progressive fashion, using a barbell or dumbbells, doing the main compound movements like squats, deadlifts, pressing. But even using your body weight will help. So do some resistance training, and it'll give a reason for your muscle to stick around while you're losing fat. And that is it, guys. Those are the 3 essentials, the 3 things you need to be doing to be losing fat. I know this can be really confusing, but if you focus on increasing your protein intake, controlling for calories, and doing some resistance training while you're losing fat, you're going to put yourself in a position to be the most successful. But these are just the basics. If you need some more specific direction or have a question that you want answered that relates to your situation, please fill out my intake form and I'll get back to you with some specific answers as soon as possible.